Hi, this is Dave Johnston with Day Trade the Markets, and you're looking at a chart of the Emini S&P for Thursday, October the 16th, 2014. Okay, we just got filled, as you can see. We've actually got two buy orders, two limit orders, both of them, one at 47 and one at 44.75, as you can see. Now I have drawn these, I'll move it over here a little bit so we can see it maybe a bit better. I've drawn these two blue lines here, one at the top of this magenta bar. Let's get the arrow here. One at the top of this magenta selling bar here, which is our strongest type of selling, strongest aggression bar in selling. Red is the second strongest. The blues up here, very, very aggressive buying. So that's the equivalent of the magenta, but on the buy side. So the top of this high velocity move right here, I'm expecting to act as support. And then also the top of the level 3 selling bar as well. That's why I've got the other order in just a tick above that. So manually I've drawn in these blue lines just as sort of a visual reference here. But everything else on the chart is produced by the DayTradeTheMarkets software. So now you can see other bars, other colored bars. The greens here, level 1 aggression buying, the weakest kind of buying. And this pink bar down here is the weakest kind of selling. You can also see some triangles at the bottoms and tops of bars. Those are deceleration bars. You can also see some, there's a trade location zone of likely resistance. It was formed right here at this time back then. You can see the market did pop up a little bit above it and then come back down. So I'm trying to get long here, thinking that the market is going to at least come back up and test into this area in here, this red area around 1852. But I also think it's got a possibility of moving higher and actually, potentially making higher highs for the day. So we'll see if we can get filled on this little, if it does in fact dip down a little bit more. It looks like it might. Now, I should be thinking of a stop here, and you can see that the recent test down here hit this level right here. So if I were to place my protective sell stop just below there, that's at 1840.75. So if I go ahead and place a sell stop 1840.50, let's give that 1840.50 sell stop on 4. Okay, so it's obviously a much larger stop than what I would usually put in. It's about a 5-point stop or something, 5.5 points. So that's just the way the market is right now. It's that, it's got that kind of volatility to it. I think we're at over 30 points here in range already today, which is about our average range. Although yesterday I think our range was about 50 points or something like that. So there's obviously some good movement in the market, and it's good to see. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, we had a nice dip here. You can just see that bar that just closed came down and decelerated. So I think what we can do is adjust our stop. That's why I like to see getting in on these long trades for the market to dip down, get you filled, and then show deceleration. Once the high of this bar, the recently completed bar here, gets taken out, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my stop to just below this point here, because that's obviously where the market has found some buying support and it's bounced up a little bit. Another thing I want to do is put in a sell to at least take a profit here, and my profit objective is, first one is up in this area in here. So our average price is 46. So if it can get back up to, let's say, 50, that's probably okay. It's moving up there already. I'm going to put in a sell limit at 50. See if we can get a bit of a move here up towards this red zone here of likely resistance. And that'll give us a nice profit of 4 points on at least half of the position here. And now that we've taken out the high of this decel bar, I'm going to move my stop. So the low of this is right here. So the low of that bar is at 44.25. So I'm going to raise my stop right below it at 44. There, the low of this one is at 44.25, so our stop is now at 44 even. So we've just reduced our stop from about 5 points down to 2. So that's a good thing. And with the kind of volatility that we've had in the market lately, I think that's that's actually a pretty reasonable stop. So let's see if I might be trying to, take a little too much out of here at 4 points, but, the market's had good movement, and we'll just leave it in for a couple of more minutes and see what we get. Okay, we just had a deceleration bar here as the market moved up. Now, I would expect it to now come in a bit. However, if it does take this out, that's obviously going to be pretty bullish, and we could see that not only this red area get tested, but who knows, maybe even new highs. So I'm just going to leave it in there the way it is right now, even though we're up 3 points or so. Let's see if it can take that out. And now that's at 49, and our limit order to sell is at 50, so I'd have to take it out by just a point. So we've got our stop in place down here at 44, so we're only risking 2 points on this trade at this point. If you have any comments or questions, you can reach us at info@DayTradeTheMarkets.com. Okay, there it is moving up. Okay, what do we do there? Just came within a tick, it looks like, of our objective. So hopefully we can get another tick here and get filled on that 4-point objective for the first half of this position. Open that up a little bit so you can maybe see it a bit better. Okay, good. We just got filled on that. So the next step is to reduce our stop down to 2, because we've only got 2 of the 4 contracts left. Now we've had a dip here since we've been in the trade that produced this selling deceleration bar, as you can see right here, this bar right here. So I'm going to go ahead, the low of that bar is at 46.75. So I'm going to go ahead and raise my stop here, my sell stop, to 46.50, just 1 tick below there. We've actually now locked in a couple of ticks there, even on the second half of the position. So things are looking good. It is coming up into this likely area of, let me just move that, get this out of the way. We're moving back up into this red zone in here of likely resistance. So, the market could have a bit of a tough time getting through there, or at least spend some time working its way through there. If it does, I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, if it breaks through. I'm in a long position, and my first objective obviously was into this red area. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the recording on pause so it doesn't get too long, and we'll pick it up as needed when the market has done something. Okay, just restarted the recording. You can see that it did have a difficult time, or at least it paused. It, had a bit of a pullback, got up into our red zone here of likely resistance. It did pull back a little bit, but now it's come through and it's testing the high of the day. So we had this little dip right here as it was testing, as it came through that potential resistance area, decelerated right here and continued higher. So I'm now going to adjust the stop. The low of this bar is 81.50. I'm sorry, 51.50. So I'm going to raise my stop here to 51 right there. So we've now got our stop in place. We're still holding the 2 contracts from 46 even. So we've got our stop in here at 51. So locking in 5 points on the second half of this position. So that's nice. So it is continuing to rally up and make new highs. Is what we're kind of planning on, although plans are obviously you got to adjust them sometimes, but the market is unfolding the way we thought it could, and that's great to see. So anyway, I've just made that adjustment and just wanted to bring you up to date on the trade. So for the sake of keeping this recording relatively short, I'll once again put it on pause. Okay, just restarted the video, bringing you up to date here. The market has held above this area that we have been monitoring, this potential resistance, moved through it nicely, held above it here, came down and touched, fairly close to it. Now we've had another good move higher. So we've got a green bar right here. Now this is a level 2 aggression bar. We had a little dip before it here, and then it's moved up. So it's continued to move nicely in our direction. I do want to adjust the stop again. This little dip down here, as you can see, that had a low at 1855.50. So I'm going to raise this stop to 1855 even. And that'll lock in from 46 to 55. That'll lock in 9 points. So, by the way, here's our email address. If you've got any questions. So that's looking good. It's continuing to move up. We've got our stop in place. Now the market here has had a pretty good range today. I think it's roughly what is it, 23 or so up to almost 63. That's almost 40 points. So about a 38-point range today. Yesterday we had about a 50-point range. So there's still some potential for it to move with the kind of energy the market has had in it lately. So we've got our stop in place. I think it's a reasonable stop. We had to adjust it, I think, from the last time. Now that we've moved above that red area. By the way, you can notice now that this previous area of resistance, this red area here, has now turned to green. So it's certainly as possible for the market to come down, and test into here, and then have another move up. But it's now the low of this green bar is 56.50, so we're a point and a half below that. So oftentimes the market with a good powerful aggression bar like this, level 2 or level 3, it'll come down and test towards the low if it's a buying one. Before it finds some support, it's going to kind of test the strength of those buyers that formed it, and then before it can move higher. So we could very well come down into this 57 area or so. But we've got our stop in place, and we'll take it from there. So I'll pause the video and pick it up when needed. Okay, just restarted the recording here. You can see we have dipped down to test the low of this level 2 aggression bar. What we'd like to see is some deceleration and some turn higher. We are getting some decels, but we haven't turned higher yet. Something akin to what happened back here when we first entered the trade, looking for a support area, a nice decel bar, and then its high get taken out. So that's what would like to see happen. So let's see if it does unfold. But we do have our stop in here at 55. So we're just a point from there. So we obviously we might get stopped out here. So we'll just keep monitoring this. Just wanted to keep you up to date where the market is trading right at the moment. So I'll go ahead and pause and pick it up shortly. Okay, we just got stopped out on that trade right here. We were long down here from 46. We just got stopped out of this one at 55. So worked out to be a nice trade. We were able to get 4 points on the first 2 contracts and 9 points on the second 2 contracts. So that's 99 is 18 and 8. So that's a 26-point trade. So worked out very well. We don't always certainly expect those kind of results. I mean, we're with the volatility in the market and the movement in the market, our risk is probably greater, but our opportunities are also greater. So that's just kind of how it is right now. But at any rate, that's a live trade in the Emini S&P for Tuesday, I'm sorry, not Tuesday, where we're at Thursday, October 16th, 2014. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.